All right. And this week, we dive into the dilemma of Manchester United and Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag was let go at Manchester United after the 2-1 loss against West Ham in the Premier League. But hey, I don't think anyone would look at that situation and not think, yeah, it's kind of been coming since the end of last season. That and much more we'll go into as we talk about the dilemma at Manchester United. Stay tuned. All right, so as I say, it was a game of two halves at the Olympic Stadium there in London, and the game between West Ham versus Manchester United. I think United played a good half. They missed a truckload of chances, but this has been happening all season for United fans who watch most or all of United's games. This was kind of like a repeat of the game that United played against Palace. Really good in the first half, really combative in the midfield. Actually won the midfield battle and ran Palace ragged, only to come away with a point. And then somewhere towards the end of the second half, Palace could have actually snatched the game thanks to big saves by Onana. But again, I don't think United letting Ten Hag go has a lot to do with just that game. I think it has much more to do with the way the team has performed from last season. A lot of pundits say they don't see a pattern to Ten Hag's game. They're probably watching United games upside down, with their TVs upside down. I would definitely say that there's definitely a pattern, to the game. It's just a question. I think it's more a question of whether he has the right players to implement that style of play, of which he had mentioned sometime before the beginning of last season that he wants United to be the best transitional team in world football, which is get the ball from back to front as quickly as possible, win the ball high up, and get it to the opponent's goal as quickly as possible. And United did have stats showing that in their favor. I think they're top three in the EPL for ball recoveries, but again, not again. Apart from being top three for ball recoveries, they're probably like bottom five for doing anything meaningful with the ball after it's recovered. They're not scoring enough goals. I think we've seen that from last season, ended with a -2 goals difference. And this season, United is already at -3 goals difference, which is very weird. It's for a team that boasts, Højlund, young, energetic, talented player, but then you have Marcus Rashford, who scored 30 goals in Ten Hag's first season. And then you have Garnacho, who is extremely talented. Amad Diallo was top scorer for Sunderland in the Championship with a combined 15 goals and 15 goal contributions for the season. So it's a little weird that United are struggling for goals. So I mean, let's just keep it at that. It is a little weird that United have struggled for goals under Erik ten Hag. He's been backed. People say that he had another flurry of Dutch players come in. It's not really a flurry of Dutch players. Mazraoui is not a Dutch player. Yes, he played for Ajax, and clearly it's there for everybody to see that Mazraoui is a much better all-round defender and offensive defender than Wan-Bissaka. De Ligt is much like. I listen to some pundits and I'm like, man, you guys are really weird. Your bias must really be clouding your judgments, saying that Harry Maguire, that De Ligt is and Harry Maguire are the same thing. Not at all. I think De Ligt is a better defender. Martinez is a good defender, is a better defender as well. We're talking about players that Erik ten Hag brought in the last transfer window. Mazraoui, De Ligt, Ugarte, which I mean, one of the ways I knew the writing was on the wall for Ten Hag was that he kept playing the old guys, Christian Eriksen, Casemiro. These guys kept getting into the starting lineup. And it was just clear that Ten Hag was not really playing or trying to prep the team for the future. He was trying to win games. And you can't really blame him for that, given that his job was clearly on the line and he needed seasoned professionals who could step in and do a job. And not some player who just came in from another league, getting used to the EPL. He just didn't have that kind of time. I believe he really thought that he didn't have that kind of time. But for me, it was clear that none of these players could really do anything to save him. I mean, look, the stats this season have been very damning. He's played 9 in the Premier League. He won 3, drew 2, lost 4. He's won less than 50% of the games played. It's unbelievable. Like, it's just not a Manchester United start. In the Europa League, we've drawn 3. Is it 3? We played 20. We played Porto. We played Fenerbahce. We've drawn 3 and lost none. Last season in the Champions League, we won 1, we drew 1, and then we lost 4 games in the Champions League. It's unbelievable stats. And a lot of these games, United were in pole driving position. A number of those games where United was leading by as much as 2 goals, and it was just thrown away. It was very weird, extremely weird. But here we are. Ten Hag has been shown the door. I mean, I'm not one for advocating for managers to be let go, but I think this was a bit of a weird one where every time I sat down to watch a United game, I'm just like, nothing has changed. I'm like, no, absolutely nothing has changed from last week. You would think they were sitting around, playing polo all week long or something, or playing Xbox all week long, or like it was just unbelievable to watch a team, see them play in a certain way, shambles, come back the following week, and they are still shambles, come back the following week, and they are still like it. I feel like that's harder to do, than to get everybody playing. But hey, we wish Erik all the best in his future endeavors. Like he said, if United don't want him there, he will just go somewhere else to win trophies. And without a doubt, Erik will go somewhere else to win trophies. And so, all the best to him. The word on the streets, it's more than on the streets now, is that Ruben Amorim of Sporting Lisbon would be the new manager at Manchester United after once the next international break kicks in. So we'll wait for that, and we do hope we see much better from United. I watched the game between United and Leicester at the for the League Cup. The defending is still shambles. Going forward, they're much better. Ugarte had a good game. Casemiro had a good game. Bruno Fernandes, there was still some elements of indiscipline in his play. Yeah, I think Zexi had a good game. Garnacho was just his normal self. And you can say that there was some form of freedom, but then you could also say that we were lucky to hit all those balls on target and on goal and have the goal. But hey, United had earlier scored 7 goals in the League Cup. So maybe there's something about the League Cup that just brings out the best in terms of United's attacking ability. But again, defensively, we were shambles. So let's see what the future holds for United. I do hope we have much better ones. Thank you for joining me on this one, and see you on the next one. Sure.